that's not too bad, but sadly, I think I'm going to lose this no matter what happens.
Yeah, probably. Don't worry. The only thing at stake here is respect.
Yeah, I'm gonna have no respect.
Starts
He won't
by
respect me.
he starts by saying, "Well, of course I've got more than one wife. Look at me. I respect your elders, young Mizzy man. You may be a dog, but I'm still not afraid to die because I am stubborn and old," or something like that.
Lol. Yes, well, by the book of life, you're only supposed to have the one, not two.
I did my time. When I hit 40 years old, they told me I could take a second wife, and I didn't. Then when I got to 50, I did. Then when I got to 60, they said I could take a third, but I refused because I am that kind of... I do not need more than I have. I was blessed enough. You should probably raise...
I find it quite comforting to have, like, 5 wives.
Wow, 5 wives. Okay.
I thought that at first, but then I realized they were talking about knives. It is really comfortable to have 2 knives. That's a Simpsons reference. Not a good one.
Yes. Well, sadly, I abide by this book. I am monks.
Are you drunk, sir?
Now, either you disown the one that's in the grave, or disown Argent Dawn. Which do you disown?
Dude, you don't need to talk.
I don't know what you're saying. I was... By the book, I had a second wife, and that is allowed upon my age. You're just not getting that, are you?
Age means nothing.
Apparently it does. It just replies with, "Apparently it does," and raises with that.
Well, there's only one way I'm going to beat that. And, well, either that has to be fixed, or we've got no more to speak about, because this is just silly.
Well,
People thinking they can do that.
Well, why don't you raise by saying something?
Well, the book seems to have a few too many errors, that being one of them.
I would agree, this is silly, and I don't see why we're talking about it. And he can just completely outnumber you at this point.
Yeah, I know. He gets the 8 back, and yeah. He beat me with 1. 8.
I mean, he's also got a 6 still.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna win. I know this.
Yeah, he just raises and says, "All I'm asking is that you consecrate the grave of my beloved wife. Is that so much to ask? And I was gracious enough to not take a third, and that says a lot about my character."
You should have taken a 4th.
It says that you at least know your own limits.
Exactly. I am a humble man, if not anything.
But just do not take it too far.
Anyway. So that's where that ends.
Yep. I've pretty much lost this.
Yeah. So basically, he's won the argument about having 3 wives. Because he only took 2. He could have had more.
Yes,
I hear music.
But,
like, having more wives is the best. You got to build up your harem. It's just top notch.
2's enough.
I think 5 is a good number. 7's a better number. 9
and Bronzes
is
just kind of raises a hoof to him and goes, "What was that, dearest? Something about knives? 2 knives?" "Yes, dear, 2 knives."
It's alright, Argent Dawn.
"She's not much in the hearing these days. or the thinking, or the moving, or the anything really.
Why didn't you just put a bullet between her eyes? The mercy.
Dark, stay out of this, or I will draw my blade upon you. I already have issues with Stunt, yes, sir. I don't need issues with you as well.
So,
Bring it.
meanwhile, at the church. Okay, I'm turning that off.
Hello, Church Bell and Bluebell.
Do you ever upgrade your orchid?
So you walk in on them, and Church Bell is talking to Bluebell, just saying, "Like I said, you should have told them. It is your job to leave this town not astray, whatever the opposite of astray is. And you have not been doing that. And it is up to these people. Now that is, I know it's their job, but you haven't been doing your job, is what I'm saying, dearie. Well, yes. Now, don't you yes me. And, oh, hi there, Fernando, Storm Chaser. Welcome back. How you been doing, you two sugars?
What was that you were saying there, Bluebell?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
yeah.
I'm just telling my husband that he should be doing the Lord's work, and he's doing his best. I'll give him that much.
Yeah, but can you go into a little bit of more detail? The more people we talk to around here, the more things seem to get a little more complicated.
Huh? You hear that? It's almost as if I was right. And she's just kind of pointedly to Churchville. Well, I've been to. Don't you, but me, Mister. It's like, are you trying to be my? Yes, I'm trying to be, because you ain't talking nonsense.
Churchbell, I mean, do you have an explanation why things are so complicated around here?
Well, I'm meant to atone people's sins, and I guess, well, when they get an atonement every second day, they kind of stop thinking it means anything, and they can, well, just run amok and be forgiven.
Well, you know what I say is you got a teaspoon of sugar, pinch of sugar and two spoons of dirt. You gotta make sure you lay down the law.
I don't know what that has to do with dirt and sugar, but okay. She means that
then,
if you give them too much, they'll expect more, I think. I'm not quite sure what that metaphor meant either.
That's exactly right, Bluebell.
You see, spot on. Never question your wife. No, of course not, dear.
So, there are a couple of things, we're trying to really try to get to the bottom of this whole, barrenness. I mean,
oh well.
We're getting the water checked out. We may be able to take care of the weeds.
Now,
but
I blame that bloody Dr. Heartbearer. He's no good. It all started when he showed up, bloody bastard. I mean, it's been going on for 7. Yeah.
What do you mean?
She's just mad because, well, maybe she should say it. It's like, I went to him to help me with my baby, and like a week later, it was gone. She's kind of sad.
What did Heartbearer give you?
He just gave me some medicine, some herbs he cut up from the backyard. Said it would improve with blood flow or something like that. Good for the baby and me.
Do you have any of this herbs left? Because we've got our own doctor who might be able to analyze it and find out if there was anything wrong with it.
No, it's long gone.
Okay.
Interesting.
She's going from being not quite angry, but just sassy mad, to actually being kind of sad now.
I do a Sheldon and I there. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
You're just as bad as Churchbell, ain't you?
He's in love with his gun and knows no love of ponies.
Okay, that's just
Fernando
weird.
is absolutely right. Ironheart. We're starting to get a bit more information here.
Hey, where are
The
you going? You were meant to consecrate my grave's wife.
Ironheart, what's that about?
Consecrating stuff. Mind
It's as simple as just getting together and just pouring the dirt over the grave, don't you?
Yeah, this one actually is just a bit of like sprinkled dirt. Say, I bless you. Or, I mean, there's probably a bit more. It's not literally a bless you. You say a proper prayer and all that. But yeah, it is pretty simple.
Ironheart, you can say whatever you want. Just sprinkle some dirt and that's it.
Yeah, I was going to look at leaving that to the doctor. The good.
I mean, he probably. There we go.
Fernando sighs and says,
yes?
"I'll go do it."
Bronzestone probably followed you to about here, and then when he
that makes sense.
You were probably already there when he got to here, and he's like, "Wait, no, it's this way. It's this. Where are you going?"
Fernando says that he'll go and do it.
By the way, what's Shooter doing? Why is he lying upside down?
He's mildly unconscious.
He enjoyed berries way too much.
Yep.
Neat.
Fernando, it looks like this just looks like the hooves could be pointed at Heartbearer. Maybe we should
Spin my character.
maybe we should actually try to see if we can get Heartbearer to provide us with some of the herbs that
If we get Dr. Hauser to check him out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
Seems good at that.
Yeah.
Bronzestone, what was the name of your wife's grave, or her name in general?
It was Copperdorn.
Copperdorn.
Because I can't think of anything off the hand of my head.
Alright.
What?
Technically, the correct term would be cupri, because since it's a Latin name for copper.
Sure.
He didn't get invited in.
Capri Dawn.
I mean, your name is Argent,
and her sister was Capri Sun.
No, it was Bronzestone, actually. But anyway.
Bronze?
Seriously?
Bronzestone is married to Argent Dawn and Capri Dawn.
You know Argent means silver, right?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Argentina's white.
Silverina, okay. Anyways.
A bit early for that relevant though, but better than not having.
Oh well.
Yeah.
There's actually a thing here that's kind of smart that no one's noticed. I'll just tell you. That is that Argent Dawn, or Silver, Bronze Dawn, their daughter, Gold Dawn, currently Gold Rush.
Aha! Bronze Dawn, may I suggest you go looking on Bull Rush?
He's worried about his sister right now. I've got my own worries. I got a bloody mentally defunct wife, a mentally defunct daughter, and another dead wife.
Well, I'd quietly ask.
In my experience, the perfect solution for any of these problems is simply instant lobotomy. That seems well.
Right. Yes, Bronze Dawn. Go and quietly ask your daughter to meet you outside.
I don't want to walk all the way down there. It was a struggle just to walk over here. You carry me. No, he doesn't actually say that.
Wait, which part? The struggle
The last
or
part.
the carry?
It was.
Okay.
I mean, he's an old man. He's walking on 3 canes.
Technically, it'd be 5, but anyway. Anyways. I bless the grave of Capri Dawn, for she who has transcended from our plane to the highest.
He actually doesn't say anything, just kind of stays there for a while.
Oh, real? Yeah.
Fernando, I'm thinking maybe that might be a possibility
Damn,
that Heartbearer may not be as forthcoming with the, if he is as sort of malicious as potentially as Bluebell's implying, maybe we should get Hauser to get the herbs off him somehow. Make it kind of discreet. What do you think?
Hi
Yeah,
guys.
that sounds good. Hello, Ironheart.
Ironheart, how did it go with your dirt ceremony?
Not too bad. Sprinkled some of our sacred dirt and stirred the blessing or two.
Very good. Well done.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't understand a word he just said. He's speaking all fancy talk.
You never know.
So much worse than that bloody city folk of Heartbearer down there. Like, ain't as bad, but you're definitely talking just as creepy as he is. All frou-frou and whatnot.
Fernando.
Bluebell, if you know so much about frou-frou, were you not from the city yourself?
No, I was born and raised in this here mild west. This town of Liberty has been my home since I can remember. Although I think my parents did move here from somewhere else when I was like 2, but I mean I can't remember it, so my statement is still true.
Ah, but if they moved from somewhere else, that is where your true blood lies.
Well, my true blood lies where, you are technically correct, but I don't care.
Ironheart, maybe you should give the and I sort of whisper to him, the dumb version.
The dumb version? What are you talking about, Stormchaser?
The less eloquent version of the prayer. We gotta leave here. We gotta leave here, where people were better off with us coming. That's all.
I mean, you could just leave. We don't have to help these people.
Yes, but then we'd have to come back and just rectify what we did not do in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could just torch the place.
Please don't do that. Churchbell says. I'll have to agree with my husband for once.
Yes, this town is far too important.
Unless you burn that damn Heartbearer's house, I'm okay with that part. Honey's like.
All right, sweet. Let me just start making the Molotovs then.
But there's a bartender can help you with that. No.
So Ironheart, how about you finish, a revised ceremony for bronze. Fernando, you and I, let's head over to Hauser and see, because Hauser developed a bit of a rapport with Heartbearer, I think, from doctor to doctor. And let's see if we can get.
He has.
And let's see if we can get Hauser to, get these called herbs that may be, responsible for, all this.
So, Hauser, where have you been in this whole time?
Let's ride.
Hauser.
Yep.
We'll go for the town.
I think he stayed where he was near Shooter McCherry's.
Just shouting out advice to everyone.
Dr. Hauser, can you hear me?
I guess. Oh, actually.
Oh yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I was half expecting. He's playing Overwatch.
Actually, I'm watching anime, but yeah, sure.
So what have you been doing this whole time?
Sorry.
Drinking beer, watching anime, and listening to my friend play
In-game.
Dota.
Okay, so what have you been doing in game?
Oh, drinking, smoking pot, and having a nap.
So I'm gonna just boop. There you go. Put some icons onto him. Let's put this one there.
Oh gosh.
What the hell is that?
Don't worry about it.
Is that a fucking skull? Am I dead?
You're mildly poisoned.
Oh, great. Is that alcohol poisoning?
Yeah, something like that.
Let's go with that, yeah.
Fernando, before we head over to Hauser, maybe we should talk to these folks here as well. Put together the whole puzzle.
Yes. Okay. Hello, Duststorm. Hello, Sunflower.
As you're walking back this way, they've come from inside the house to just being on the front porch. Like the entire of the town is still kind of around, and they're giving you space. The occasional one will say, "How default," and you'll say hello back and all that, but for the most part, unless you're specifically talking to someone, yeah, just ignore them.
And just to clarify, have we talked to these three before yet? Or
let's see. I don't think you've talked to Duststorm. Actually, you have, because Storm.
We've talked to Sunflower.
Yeah, Sunflower's the one with the newborn baby First Bloom.
Oh, that's right, because she kept saying, "Look at my baby, it's a baby. Hello, have you checked out my baby?"
Yes.
That's the one. Okay.
This is my baby. I made this.
Okay, and what about
Fernando loves babies.
Okay, I'll talk to Airtender, and maybe Fernando can talk a bit more get a bit more out of Sunflower, because maybe the doctor's given her something Fernando, maybe Sunflower's been given something that these other townsfolk need or something. See what you can get out of her. I know she's very baby crazy at the moment, but see what you can do. I'll see what I can get out of Airtender.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hello there,
I'm great.
Stormchaser.
Oh, Ironheart. Oh, there you are. Ironheart. I only had a brief conversation with Duststorm. See what you can find out of him. What he sort of experienced with all the barrenness and the plagues around his town. We're starting to build some kind of picture around here. So see what you can find out.
I'm not sure if you remember. I'm not sure if I told you, but Duststorm is the one that Bullrush tried to kill for sleeping with Windrush.
Oh, I should mention that too. By the way, Ironheart,
both you and Ironheart were the ones who found this out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
And by the way, probably tread carefully, Ironheart, because Bullrush tried to kill this pony.
You mean how you almost killed me?
I'll make it up to you. I promise.
So Fernando goes up to Sunflower and is just smiling at the baby, because he likes babies, because babies are cute.
It's
Hello, Sunflower, and hello, little one.
Oh, hello. Have a look at here. Say hi, little First Bloom. Wah. That's an ASDF reference.
Fernando's
he's got a nurse.
Not today.
Fernando says, so I've been talking to some of the other townsfolk, and I've heard that there's been some awful barrenness going around.
I don't know. I'd say the crops have been going pretty well.
I mean that no one's been able to seems to be able to have had babies, but you have had a beautiful baby.
I've had an absolute miracle, and I couldn't have done it without Heartbearer giving me I don't know what it was, but I guess it worked. I have to thank him so much. It's yes, honey, he's quite a miracle worker.
Do you have anything left of what he gave
no,
you?
that was months ago.
Okay. Do you think if you went and asked him for more, he'd give you some more?
Oh, good call.
Oh, I'm sure. Although I don't plan on having it. It hurt quite a lot, and yes, I don't exactly want to do this again anytime soon.
More that I'd rather I'd like our doctor to have a little look, because I heard of another town in that is having similar sorts of problems, and they haven't been able to have children for many years, and we said we'd look at trying to find a way to help them.
Well, if we can help others get this little joyous miracle that is a little wow.
You build the
You fucking what one?
very
No.
And just in case everyone forgot, I'm just going to expand so you can see the edginess of this little OC baby.
It's a black and red OC. Woo!
With black spikes in its hair.
Uber red and black OC.
Yep. There's
Now, is it
honestly,
close to-
you can't put your finger
Oh,
on it,
hold
but
on,
there
hold on.
is just something slightly off about the baby. Besides the fact that it's going, wah. It's just...
It's a fucking changeling.
Now, in the way that, like, if you go kitty, 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 you'd expect it to go, that was horrible baby sounds, but you get what I mean. It's not reacting in the way that a normal baby would.
Maybe has Down syndrome. What's the equivalent of Down syndrome in Equestria?
Earth pony.
The baby happens to be a Pegasus.
Yeah. The joke, your head, whoosh.
Fernando, so do you have any Pegasi in your family, like grandparents,
or in
parents,
Duststorm's
great-grandparents,
family?
or in the father's family?
Not. I know my uncle's wife was a unicorn.
So not related, no.
No, he was my
Just
uncle's wife. She was my uncle's wife.
So is she like your father's sister?
No, she was
Or
my
your mother's
uncle's wife.
sister?
I don't know why it's...
Okay.
She doesn't understand the
Well-
difference between a relation and a blood relation.
And I really don't want to go into that either.
Oh,
So-
so you...
So other than that, just earth ponies, mostly?
Yes. As far as I can think of, yeah.
Okay. It's strange that you then have a Pegasus for a baby.
It happens on occasion. And yeah, it does happen. It's not common. It's like... I don't know.
It's
I have
really
some...
uncommon, yeah.
I have some
If it worked for
table
me-
of it that basically,
worked-
at
yeah.
best, it would be 1 in 16.
It was it was tragic. It was, I think that table came out after the fact that Mr. and Mrs. Cake had a Pegasus and the unicorn for
Well, the
For-
tape,
for
the one that I'm
babies.
referencing, has a whole write-up of why this happens, then the
Yeah.
flowchart of XY type thing.
wow.
And it actually does mention that, or to make things more simply, Mrs. Cake is just a hoe. But no, it does give a theoretically, scientifically sound breakdown of the ratio, and it would be 1 in 16 that Earth ponies would have non-Earth ponies. I think that was for unicorn, though. And it's
I have
also
to
that
ask-
purebloods
would've
will
been
breed
unicorn.
purebloods, obviously, so that. But if there's, like, even 1/16th, that's, like, your great-grandparents, there's still a chance of you having one, even if everyone else is pureblood. So it's not impossible, it's uncommon, but it's definitely within the norms.
But the most likely thing is that Mrs. Cake is a hoe.
Oh, yeah.
I have to ask, the baby, does it look anything like the mother, or does it look slightly demon-like?
It does not look demonic. At least
Okay.
not in the literal sense.
Okay.
You sure? It kind of looks demonic to me.
It
And I'm
looks
standing with the father.
edgy.
Wow.
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 Fernando out of his bag takes a
Hmm.
little holy symbol thing and gives it to the baby to play with.
Alright, it doesn't grab it at first, but if you hold it there long enough, if you put it in its hand, its hoof, it'll just kind of wrap around it and then mouth.
It's a shiny, sparkly thing, so I'm sure a baby would take it.
Yeah, it doesn't at first, but it does after a bit, and then just straight for the mouth. Are you
But
sure that's
Fernando
safe?
smiles. Huh?
Are you sure that's safe?
It's a symbol of our god.
Well, how big is it? Is
It
the better
has to be.
question. Because I'm thinking like a necklace cross type size.
Oh, I thought it was a big handheld one.
Here, have this crucifix, and just
Probably a bit of a larger size, not big enough for a baby to swallow.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, not small enough for a baby to swallow. I mean,
yeah, that makes more sense.
Because babies are tiny.
Baby.
To a point.
I mean, this is a, like 2-week-old baby.
Yeah. Fernando smiles and says goodbye, and walks.
Well, it's not that small then. Shit.
I feel like in that time I would have had a conversation with Airtender, and probably Ironheart would have.
Yeah.
Not Ironheart. Ironheart would have had the conversation with Duststorm.
Yep.
Airtender. What's the story? What do you know?
Oh man, the stuff I could tell you. Probably shouldn't though. And the first thing you notice is he doesn't have an accent, so he's definitely not from here.
Hey, I'm not detecting a local accent. Are you? Doesn't sound like you're from here.
Nah, me and my family came in here for a couple of years back. We've been,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Set up this bar. Well, I set up an illegal distillery at the time, but since then it's become a proper bar.
An illegal distillery.
Look, you can't prove it, all the evidence is gone.
Well,
I'm pretty sure if I dug far enough...
I'm sure I can prove it if I drink the liquor.
And if you pay for it, I'll let you.
Right. I mean, you would have heard a lot of ponies saying a whole bunch of stuff, but
Yeah.
we're trying to get to the bottom.
He just kind of laughs, thinking about it.
And I laugh along, just like,
Yeah.
breaking the ice. And, but specifically trying to get down to the bottom of this whole barren plague of this town. Like, what have you heard the locals say about that?
Something about doesn't matter who, as long as it ends up in a baby.
Wow, that's pretty dark. Who said that?
I think, I don't know, that's just here, there. It's just, I don't know, some over chatter. I think that, Duststorm, and that's the only one I can remember. Mostly because I can see him out there, and that jogs my memory of him.
Oh,
Thanks.
Oh, really? What does a pony with a love heart and a bow and a sort of like a bluish kind of coat ring a bell? Heartbearer, I mean. Heartbearer.
Oh, the doctor. I mean,
Yeah.
he's in here occasionally. Him and his... Probably shouldn't say that part, but him and So Notes, they come in here every so often, get a little hammered, head back home. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Know what I mean?
Really?
Well,
Out of character. So was So Notes paired with someone already, or?
he has 3 kids, you know that much.
Okay. Also, they're both he. So Notes is a he.
Yep.
And Heartbearer is a he. Okay. All right.
Why did you think one was a female?
Well,
Well, one of them is pink.
Yeah. plus this
My
town,
favorite color is pink.
everyone
Do you think I'm
is sort
a
of
friend female?
Yeah.
everyone's involved with everyone in this town, so it's like we're trying to unravel this.
Yeah. On that note, So
complicated
Notes
triangle.
is Duststorm's
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. How close are they?
Let's see. I think Duststorm lives across the road, but So Notes lives down the street, so not that close.
I mean, as far as siblings go, you know, the connection. Is it pretty strong from what you could tell?
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I haven't actually seen them in here too often together, so probably not, I guess. He's slowly getting more Australian.
Yeah, you're definitely all around here, from around here.
From Australia.
Yeah, I think I heard of that podcast. Okay. What about this, this sort of, this, potential sort of weed problem? I mean, everyone's sort of saying it's just been a bit of negligence upon the, the Russia's part. But what do you think?
Oh, well, no. Only Windrush ever comes in here. She's, upstairs in one of the rooms every, I don't know, month or so. Maybe more, probably more. Definitely more, actually, now that I think about it.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I've been told that she tends to see a bunch of ponies.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, she was definitely one of the ones that said that. As long as it ends up in a baby, it's all right.
Really?
I mean, she ain't pregnant herself, so don't know what she's carrying on about, but you know.
Yeah, that is a strange thing to say from someone who's not pregnant.
I mean, maybe she's trying. I don't know. Maybe she's just a bit
I don't
loose
know.
and using an excuse.
Well, we heard that she's been carrying a little dead wood lately.
Yeah, that's what we in the business refer to as whiskey dick. He's not an alcoholic per se, but he can definitely hold it down.
So, what are your thoughts on the relationship between Deadwood and Wind?
Well, he's
Windrush.
pathetic and she's smoking hot.
You know what? That was my assessment as well. I think that at least that's one of the things that's clear in this town. But do you know why really real groove fang like Windrush would end up with Deadwood in the first place?
I don't know, married when they were teenagers. Realized
Teenagers?
Well, like 18, 15, I don't know.
Why so early?
Young love
What was the rush?
I believe it was the wind. And he just kind of finger guns at you.
Huh. What?
The wind rush.
Wait, are you saying it was some kind of shotgun wedding? Easy, Missy.
He just kind of makes a hoof over the head and says whoosh.
Who pushed the marriage?
That's not what I meant at all.
Oh. Sorry, it's out of character. What did he mean, actually?
You said, what's the rush? He said, the wind rush.
Oh,
and then did finger guns as if he was making a bad pun.
Okay, gotcha. Backing. Okay,
Hoof guns, whatever.
All right, so just one more thing. So what are your thoughts on this heartbearer pony? That's came into town a few years back. What are your sort of?
I only came in like a year ago.
Pony? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Seems good. It's giving me some great hangover medication. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was just a raw egg and tomato juice, but it works.
Oh, so he made you some wake up juice.
Yep. And some Tabasco. You snort that while drinking it.
Anyway, thanks, Tender. I think got a lot of infield. I mean, Do you think there's anything you should add? Anything else out of the ordinary that you want to point out from this town that you may have seen, pass your eyes and your ears?
Not recently.
Oh yeah. What about historically?
I mean, well, and you can kind of tell there's one thing that he knows that he probably shouldn't tell.
I must remind you that I am a servant of the dogs.
Well, good for
And the
you,
book- and the
because
book-
I am not part of that hocus pocus.
But you must know that we are the law of these parts.
I mean, I
And
ain't
if you
doing
are-
anything illegal.
And if you are concealing something from me, that could
So
actually
why
help our
don't you roll
investigation.
talk at this point?
Yeah, here we go. Hee.
Oh, remember, he's still got that 8. Nah, I'm kidding. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I don't think I have anything. No, I really need to increase the meet more specific relationships. I did say Bob. Okay. Talk. Where are you, Talk? Oh, come on. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Yep. And just submit.
3D4, not 3S4. No relationship, and
Okay. It was dragging to the top, wasn't it? To the top
Yep.
area. I really like this. This is real Western stuff, really trying to get to know people and get to the facts.
Instead of jumping to,
I think really Storm Chaser feels really bad for that.
Right. So
And he's
besides his talk, he has the traits of drunken gossip for 3D4, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
has a large, impressive bar.
just avoiding that one.
Wow.
Okay. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. He still rolled
Close.
amazing on all those D4s.
Yeah,
Keep in mind,
it's
D4s
true.
are meant to be bad.
Hmm.
And,
What, the point that you got the maximum D4s? Yeah. I noticed that, I'm like, yeah, nah. There is no way Chaser will beat that.
So why don't he's pretty much let it slip that, or at least from his actions, you
Yeah.
can tell that he has
Yeah.
information
He's
that
hiding
he's not
something.
giving you. So why
Yep.
don't you start by threatening him, or whatever you're doing?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's an idea. I asked him to pour me a drink, to share a drink with me.
Yep.
And I wonder how much he can hold his liquor.
Who?
The bartender.
Yes, that shall
The
be
bartender.
over,
Bartender.
yeah.
Yeah, well, raise with that
Hmm.
then.
Okay. So I think, I'm going to try and get him really comfortable. I'll start off with a 6.
Right. He says, so I know that normally you dogs kind of just get everything for free, but you got to pay for that.
Okay. I don't think I have money.
Here, have a bit. I appear out of nowhere.
So he
and pass them
aggressively
back.
says, Actually, what he does is he's already poured you a drink, so he just kind of grabs the glass and pours it back into the bottle.
Good.
As he raises with 10.
Okay. All right, for
Doing
10.
so.
So I'm going to meet that and go with 11. And I say, this is when I get a little bit more aggressive. Say, hey, listen here. You don't want to get Missy Higgins mad, and when she gets mad, I can't control her. Technically, I am, but they don't. But anyway.
So it sounds like you're going a bit bad dog on it.
A little bit bad dog, yeah.
So if you want, you could press escalate and add those to it. Which is actually harder than rolling just 44s.
Okay.
And put an S at the end of slash roll 44S, and that'll put them in highest to lowest order.
Slash roll.
S do?
It puts them in highest to lowest order.
D4S?
Yep. No, D44S.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, your trait is 44s, right?
44S.
Yep, 44s.
Not too bad.
Yeah, the S puts them in lowest to highest order. So you can add those to them now.
Okay. Just to the same main area, or?
Yep.
Okay. Oops. Oh, there it is. Good.
You're out there.
Sorry. I'm using a trackpad.
Doesn't seem like you can hold your liquor either.
He hasn't had any.
Yep.
All right. I'm already having coffee.
Okay, cool. Yep. Just a bit of assist here.
So you slightly threatened him, and that's what you raise with.
Okay. Just with the triangles, or with other things?
With all of it. You've just added those to it.
Okay.
Yeah, when you escalate, you add something that you didn't start with. It just gets added to your total pool.
Yep. Cool.
And you can only raise with 2 still.
Okay.
How the hell did you forget that?
Cool.
Alright. So you threaten him, and he kind of eyes your shotgun and says, "No, you're not the only one with one of those under the table, right?"
Okay, now I've got an idea. We have a mutual sort of, we may have a mutual respect or something for guns.
As he says that, he just kind of puts a hoof under the table. Very, slowly, showmanly, to very much show off that that's what he's doing. So you could escalate by pulling out your gun, or you could try and defuse. Your choice.
I think I'm going to defuse. Yeah, I choose to defuse.
No, escalated. Shoot the cunt.
No. But he's done 11. He's done 11, and I can.
You can. When you're matching, you can use more than 2, but that's how you take damage. Remember.
Okay.
But remember, that's also the only way you can gain experience.
Yeah.
9.
Oh no! 12. That's 6, 12. So I should probably just because I only have to match it, don't I?
Yep.
There we go.
Right. So you're just kind of taken aback by him. You're not used to people actually questioning a dog, especially threatening them with a gun.
Yeah, because usually that's me. Usually that's me doing it.
What? You're not going to give me free stuff, and now you're threatening me? What kind of world is this?
Maybe I should have taken a crack at the Bari.
So this is still talking damage, not
Yeah.
gun damage. So that's
Okay.
good.
All right.
I think the baro would have backed away with the sword. I don't know though.
Okay, and let me see. How can I?
Oh,
try
also
to,
I should go back
take it
and
down?
give you a reminder because I guarantee you don't remember because I only just remembered. That is, he's a blue Pegasus, all the colors normal as shown on his icon. He only has
Yep.
one wing.
Okay. So I'm going to take it down. And I say, hey, so look, I didn't want to, to get
Shoot
to
him
get
in the
under,
wing.
to get no. I was about to say, I didn't want to get under your wing. I didn't want to get under your wing. Okay, I mean, how did it happen? How did you? Were you in battle or something? Were you in some kind of war?
Depends. Are you going to raise with that or?
I think I'm just going to go all in. I think, yeah.
All right.
Don't have much left.
More like nothing
So-
left.
He does that and just dead eyes right, like, does not break eye contact with you and says,
Yep.
ceiling fan.
No, sort of out of character. I didn't want to. Oh, I don't know. What do you? What?
In character, you should just look horrified.
Yeah.
You are acutely aware of the quiet but now noticeable of the ceiling fan behind you.
And I say, I'm sorry. I mean, how did it happen?
So, under the table, you just hear a and you get the feeling he doesn't want to continue this conversation.
You know what? I'll come
Shoot
back
him.
later.
Shoot him.
Fucking get down.
Dunk the bitch.
That was his last dice, but you were out of dice anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah. Why don't you
Cool.
roll me 3d4s for those Fallout?
Yep.
I'm going to pull up the Fallout page.
And oh fuck, I fucked up.
Okay. So we
Hey,
take the
not too bad.
highest two, which is only 6.
Mm-hmm.
Is your sum less than 8? If so, your character suffers only short-term consequences. Choose one of the following things. Subtract 1 from your character's stats. These only last for the next conflict, as this is not permanent.
Oh, okay.
Subtract 1 from one of your character's stats for the next conflict. Take a new trait. That's really weirdly phrased, but basically, take a new trait for the next conflict of 1d4. Change the die size of one of your relationships to d4 for the next conflict. Have your character leave the scene and spend some time alone.
I'd be okay with, just, spending time alone.
Yeah.
I'm actually relatively okay with that.
All right. So,
Because I've got the trait of lawyer.
I think I'm going to change one of my relationship traits to a 1d4. So I'm going for blood.
You can't change blood.
No, I can't change blood. Okay.
Yeah,
Whoops.
that one's just a default one.
Okay. Friends. Why not? Okay, 1d4.
Yep.
Cool. I love the Western music.
Yeah.
Good.
Gotta turn that off autoplay.